we are here. First and foremost, welcome to Girls Game Night number 6. Woo! 6th year doing this is crazy. Tonight we have a lovely panelist for you guys. Like I said, I'm gonna have them introduce themselves because I cannot do them justice. And we will start with Ali at the end.
Hi, I'm Thatsoalykat. I'm a community manager for the NOR Network, which is a group for Black femmes in gaming mostly, but we also go outside the scope of gaming. And we're basically a group that came together to.
I'm so sorry. Can the people in the back, just for like 20 minutes, whisper, please? Pretty please. Thank you.
We're essentially a content creator group that is basically to share business thoughts, ideas. We also prepare them for the business side of content creation. There's a lot of branding and just like communication, which is very important in this business if you ever are in it. This business was based and it started on exploitation, so we got to get through a lot of things, especially if you're Black. And it was founded by ex-Mayor. I'm one of 3 community managers. Shout out to Teacup and Cassie, who's on our UK EU side. And yeah, there's gonna be more. So I'm just.
Oh, we gonna get into it. Don't you worry.
Okay. Hi, I'm Zizidown. I am the owner of Dynamic Focus esports team. We mainly focus in fighting games. I have a few people that are mainly pro Street Fighter 6 players. There's another MK1 pro player who's going to France in a few days. I do a lot of activations and marketing for my team and teaching them how to market better and build their brands. I'm also the investor into the I forgot the Queen of the Hill series. We haven't done it in a while because we had to. We're also getting some funding right now. I am also a TO for the Padia powered tournament series. So it's a group of lady and women TOs who are gathering together to help each other out to build our brands. And I'm also one of the co-hosts to TO Talks, a podcast for teaching TOs how to, TOs are tournament organizers, to grow and build their brands and to basically market themselves in the field. So.
Nice. All right, before I hand it to you, everyone, y'all can come on this side. Don't be afraid of the camera. Get closer. I feel like I'm like, y'all come through. Pull up. We a family out here.
Okay, hi everyone. Good evening. I'm gonna let people settle in first. Is it just me or is this mic a little low? Is the mic a little low? Hello? Okay, that's just me. Hi y'all. Hey. My name is MaterialGirlB. I am a variety streamer and content creator. So I focus on hyper-feminizing nerdy spaces. So I'm like the super girly girl that loves like comics, anime, and all the stuff that was told to us that were for boys when we were kids. I'm also a recipient of the 1,000 Dreams Fund Fellowship, the Broadcaster Fellowship, and that is our, what is it called? Oh yeah, we are donating for them tonight. So yeah, definitely, oh God, I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get so many things out. So definitely donate to them tonight, and I hope everyone enjoys the panel and the rest of the festivities. Thank you.
All right. So we're gonna get straight into it. My first question is, why is it important for you to have a presence in the space that you're in?
Oh God. Okay, I can start.
Do you want to go first, or?
I've been in this space. I started streaming on Twitch 8 years ago. Oof, aged myself there. So when I first started, there wasn't many Black women who were on face cam, and if you were, you basically got dragged. I've been 4chan'd, I've been trolled in every type of way. It's very important only because I've been on certain platforms, before they were integrating DEI, if you don't know what that means, that's diversity, equity, and inclusion. That means there was no Black History Month. There was no spotlight. There was no ambassadors that were people of colors. It was basically tokenism. So I was one of few people who were very outspoken about it. Also, in this space, like I mentioned in my intro, it's very much built on exploitation. So if you're the first of any kind, you're probably a victim of exploitation in some way. But it's very important for, especially the community that I'm in, because nobody teaches us how to be content creators. You basically just dive in. You turn on OBS and you press go. You don't know who's showing up to your chat. You don't know and even if you're like a cosplayer or anything, if you take those pictures and you're on any type of platform, TikTok especially, you're gonna get some type of hater. If they're not hating, that means you're not doing it right. So it's very important for you to be visible in the space, because at the end of the day, we're not gonna be the only, right? There's always gonna be somebody signing up after. Especially for the Noir Network, we make sure to prepare people to get paid properly. Paid properly, not to be told they're not good enough. Sometimes, especially for Black femmes, we think a lot of stuff is in our head. We think a lot of the racism, the sexism, and things like that. Maybe we're just too sensitive. Maybe we're just, we shouldn't be on the internet and stuff like that. And a lot of times for those women and femmes, we just have to validate those feelings of, you're here for a reason, your impact is important. I also say it's very important for people to have their intention written down, because whatever your goals and dreams or whatever, it's important, and that needs to be said to everybody. Like, no matter what you do content for, even if it's for your family, your friends, for yourself, it's completely important. And if you have the right intention, you're gonna be great. Just start, and yeah, look us up. I'm sorry.
I guess I'm next. I made sure that I'm here because there's two reasons why. Number one, people don't know that esports, like Black people are a part of esports. Fighting game are basically all Black. Like the top players are Black. They're misrepresented in the esports field. There's less money going into the FGC because of the fact that it's a mostly minority-led esport. And I come to the forefront, and I'm on LinkedIn every day yelling at people saying that if you want to do diversity and inclusion, you should actually start investing into the FGC. I don't understand why you're not doing that. And basically, throughout the years, they found out that we're the most sustainable esport because we make sure that we are within our budgets. We're not taking venture capital and wasting it. So now everyone's like, maybe we should be investing into an esport that made sure that their money was not getting wasted too much. But and yeah, talk about it. So the second Riot is coming, and the best thing about the Riot game is that the dev that is working on it is a Black dev. So it is a Black AAA title. So we should be making sure that thing goes through. The second thing, and I'm going to be fast on it. Basically, the FGC was always going and saying, where are the women at in the FGC? And we got so mad that question kept on popping up, that we created the Queen of the Hill series to highlight women, femmes, and other non-binary people who are part of the FGC, to gather around to play and learn about going to tournaments and going to live tournaments, because of the fact that, like, we exist. It's just that you are not telling us that you exist. So we are now opening up so that, women know that we can just go and play Tekken and go to these places, and we have these already cheering. Now we could take you to a major. Anyway, but that's the truth is that the FGC is so silent on what they do that women don't know that there's women around, you know? So that's why we did all the things that we did. So, and we'll continue on from there.
Okay, so for me, I'm gonna give you guys like a little bit of my life story. I'm a lifelong gamer, always wanted to be in the gaming space, but I never really met people who looked like me who inhabited those spaces. So I just always felt like, oh, like that's for a specific group of people. But it wasn't until honestly a year ago when I found out about DreamCon. And I'm like, oh, there's black people who like anime and comics and video games like me. So that's really what inspired me to get into streaming and content creation, period. And being that I'm a specific type of person, like I said before, I'm really girly, but I also like those very like stereotypical boy things, which they're not boy things, but whatever. I really wanted to bridge the two because growing up, I felt like I always needed to choose a side. I was never able to build connections with people based on the things that I liked. So I'm like, you know what? When I get into this content creator space, I want to make sure that people like me, whether they're a girl, boy, non-binary, that they feel represented, because if I didn't see people who look like me in this space, I wouldn't do it. And I'm definitely a see it and believe it type of person. Like if I don't see anyone, I'm like, oh, I can't do it, which is not the best way of thinking. So I definitely want to change that mindset for other people who may think like me and just serve as representation.
First of all, yes to everything y'all said. One of the reasons I picked you guys is because I feel like you do represent exactly the vision and like story that you all are bringing. Like you do a very good job of like going out there and making sure you represent that well and making sure other people can connect with you based on that, with the FGC, with the hyper feminine girly games, and just with content creation in general. What's your least and favorite, but I'm messy, so least thing, your least favorite thing about being in the space that you're in? We can start on this side. Good alley.
Ooh, well, my least favorite thing, this is kind of hard because I love it so much and I'm so fresh, so there's nothing like crazy that has happened to me. But one thing that I noticed very early on, at least in like the Black Twitch gamer space, is that like everyone knows each other, right? So if, let's say you have a little boo, and then you and your boo don't talk no more, and they talk to somebody else, that can potentially become like a high school situation where people are like, you know, a little bit catty. But it's deeper now because now, like, if you're trying to take content creation seriously, it's your business that can be affected. So I feel like there can be some situations where people are juvenile. Again, never experienced it personally, but like through Twitter, it's just a lot of back and forth. So I'm really here for like the community and building up the community. And this is the first time I have felt community in my life. So I would just hate to like, I would just hate to see like people who, we're all kind of the same. Like, we should all just come together and support each other. But sometimes, depending on what's going on, we just kind of can't. So, yeah, it's a lot.
You want me to go? So I've been in here for a long time. I've seen so many different cycles in just the gaming space. I've been here when they had Gamergate. I don't know if y'all know what that. I've been here for a lot of things. So there's a lot of things that I dislike. But I'm gonna just go straight to it. The money. They try to say that we don't deserve as much money as white content creators, as males. There's so much things that there's so much things I personally have to teach to get people their worth. I've done a Best Buy campaign that was specifically just for Black content creators to know their worth, because at the end of the day, we are the trendsetters. We are
about it.
We are the ones who people watch. If you don't think you are a trendsetter, I'm gonna tell you analytically what you could look at. Go to your Twitter, go to your Instagram, look at how many views you have on your profile versus how many people you have following you. Yep. It makes no sense that you have 1,000 followers, but 13,000 people are looking at your profile every month.
Yep.
They don't want to follow you because they're looking at you. They're watching what you do. They're watching what you wear. They're watching what content you make, and they're trying to replicate it because they are white.
Tell them no watch face.
No shade. It's just what it is. Same with the companies. Companies will try to downplay your impact. Don't ever let a company downplay your impact, because at the end of the day, analytically, you could prove it.
Yep. Numbers don't
Like
lie.
I say, you see my ad, follow me. If you ever want to know analytics and all of that, you could DM me. I will help you no matter what.
Right.
But you could prove your impact. It's not based on followers. It's not based on views. There's so many things on the back end that you could look at. In Noir, Jimmy could tell you.
Yep.
We go through all your stuff, and there's so many times where we're going through somebody's stuff, and I'm showing them like they're literally almost crying because they didn't believe in themselves. And I always want to tell everybody, believe in yourself. You're worth it. I'm a person, I'm not partnered. I will publicly say this, I'm not partnered. I've had 5-figure deals. Do not play with yourself. I've had deals where I'm getting $30K for nothing. Jesus. So just believe in yourself, and don't believe everything people are pushing at you, especially these businesses, because I'm gonna just talk on CCV real quick. CCV is not even like something analytically marketing people use, because it doesn't tell you a demographic. It doesn't tell you who's watching. It doesn't split it up as a demographical analytic would. So CCV is nothing. If you want, go to your live views. You will have 30 viewers, but your live views is at 1,000, 3,000, and that's just on one stream and stuff like that. But yeah, the money.
The money. That's your least favorite?
Not the least favorite,
Getting
but
to that.
it's like how people try to play in your
Right,
face with your
exactly.
money. Don't let people play in your face.
Don't play it with the bags, yes. And Aziza?
Trying to follow it up. So the thing is that like what my least favorite thing about the gaming industry is lack of acknowledgement. A lot of things about the gaming industry is that everybody wants to go and talk about the hype person, but not talk about the most creative person that they know and love and they chill with, and you do not even try your best to make sure that that person gets the acknowledgement that they deserve. And that is one of the things that kills creativity inside your scene so much, and you don't even understand it. You have a friend that is doing so much dope shit, and you just go and say, you know what? I like PewDiePie. And you're like, wow. Wow. How dare, like, you couldn't just like and share what your friend is doing, like and share what the most creative person in the room is doing, and you would actually see so much creativity and so much stuff coming your way. The sponsor posts, all that stuff that you are seeing that person get, you can be getting too if you just boost that person up. You don't even know how much you are killing your own pocket by not acknowledging the person that's the most creative person in the room.
Yep, and I'm glad you said that, and that's why I think events like this help, because a lot of people, like you were saying too with the Twitter messiness sometimes, like a lot of people just don't talk to each other. So there's just so much information in the void that's just in the void forever. Exactly, unless you have someone that you feel even comfortable with approaching and like saying like, hey, how'd you do this? Or can I ask you about that? A lot of people get intimidated. A lot of people are, again, we're all like grown people. So, you know, we all have our like, I don't know them, I don't want to talk to them thing. But like, it's important to have things like this where you kind of break that wall, bring out that networking vibes and just have people connect, because I'm learning stuff now and I'm a part of Nora Network and I'm still learning. So it's crazy. 2 more questions and then we'll do a fun little lightning round. What advice would you give yourself, your younger self, let's say about 10 years back?
That's not too young for me.
Exactly.
Without age. I just look young.
Me?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Or 5 years old.
I'll tell you what.
I would tell myself to really just start. I think as a kid, I really limited myself because, again, like if I didn't see it, I really didn't go for it. And I never really had people in my corner, like love my family down, but they didn't really push me to go after the things that I wanted to go after. So I would really tell myself, like, girl, you can do it. Like, don't be scared. Like, whatever you want to do, you have full reign to do so. And just go for it, honestly.
So what I should say before is 10 years ago, you can't press buttons and think that you'll get a sponsorship. That was my first, like, because back in the days, like, that's what, like, oh, play game good, somehow money will follow you. And that does not work that way. You have to actually build a portfolio, actually know what you're marketing, actually know who the people are you're talking to. Actually,
especially now.
Especially
where
now.
Tens of thousands more players, and there wasn't
like you
even
see
5
all
years
these,
ago.
you see all these teams just falling to the wayside because that's all they thought was, oh, press button good, somehow money will come, and then I'm gonna exploit this person. There's so much. There's so much. I mean, we had people that were signing contracts for 80% of their salary.
That's crazy. Allie's like, hold on, no,
Yes,
I hate that.
Yes, yes. If you want to think that content creation is crazy, come talk to me about esports. I have a lawyer. Anyway, continue on.
I mean, I've touched on esports before. My ex was also in esports, and I've learned a lot. Esports is very exploitative in the fact, but we're gonna. What was the question?
What advice would you give yourself 10 years back?
I would say have an intention and to stay in the space. Being in the space for this long, you see a lot of people come and go, and I wish I could encourage them to stay, but again, people have their own reasons why they're in the content creation space,
right,
or just in gaming, or just. But I would tell myself to have a plan, a bigger and better plan, only because when you put intention behind what you're doing, you see the better of the result. And a lot of times, once I did that and just kind of pay attention to what I was doing, I got
Fell into place.
Yeah.
Same. I would, if I was asking myself that same, have a plan, have a goal, have a set something
like
that you're trying to get to.
we do short-term and long-term goals,
Yeah.
only because that short-term goal could turn into a long-term goal real quick. Especially when you know your worth. I would say, once you know your worth and something comes to you that is for you and nobody else, it's life-changing, especially in this space. That one contract could hit and it's a year's salary, and it would be minimal work. So, but just have an intention, be yourself, and know your worth. I think those are like the 3 things I would tell myself.
Perfect. Okay, last huge question for y'all. Y'all can unclench, take a breath after this one. What is something you would like to accomplish within the next 3 years?
Retiring.
Period.
No. Honestly, it would just be more. Okay, I'm going to speak for North America because we do have an EU side. And I see a lot of stuff that happens on the EU side where it's more.
Activations and stuff?
It's not even activation. It's like their government is with it. There's a lot of more standardized things when it comes to like companies and things. I would want to accomplish just content, especially Black femmes, getting what they deserve and seeing them more visible in a space where it's not forced, where it's not tokenism, where it's not just people depreciating their values and we're just accepting it. It's easier said than done, because at the end of the day, sometimes I'm in meetings where I'm advocating for 50+ Black femmes, and it's not easy. Sometimes I'm advocating for myself, and it's not easy. But at the end of the day, I would just like more life-changing opportunities. I want us to get those opportunities that we see other people getting, and it be equalized. I'm always for equity and inclusion. And also, I would love to see more funding for Black people in the spaces, whether it be in like FGC, like Aziza said. There's so much I can share with that. Shout out to Riot Noir, because they're also named Noir, and we've had a talk with them. They're very amazing. But yeah, like I would just like to see us get more and because there is like research that shows for influencers, and I'm talking to like cosplayers, everybody in the space, where we're not on this same playing field. And I would just, yeah, like that would be something I would very much want to either equalize or get close to being equal, where we're making the same amount and it's not this petty back and forth of proving yourself. Yeah, because I mean, you know those emails. Why do you think you deserve? And we're literally fighting for scraps compared to others. I've talked to people who are not of color who make way more than that. They're making $50K on activations. And sometimes the Black creators just asking for $1,300, and it's a push and pull. So, and that's just me being open and frank, because we don't have these talks a lot, and that's why Noir is here, is to have those open dialogues of, hey, this is what I'm making on this activation. I wish Miro was here, because she could tell you way more. But there's times, yeah. And we always tell people, talk to your peers. It doesn't matter who they are. There's times where I'm talking to somebody who's not my skin color and whatever, and they're very open. Don't think everybody's against you. And they're very open with what they get. Sometimes we're helping them get more, which is crazy. You've been in those meetings where we're just talking in communication with other content creators and what they're making and stuff like that. And I think if we could level that gap, a lot of us would be much happier. The creativeness would flow. There wouldn't be much frustration and blockage. There's a lot of burnout that happens, and a lot of it is just frustration. And I'm very glad that we have people here who could have the space to not, like I'm saying, this is very vulnerable for all of us on this panel, because there's not always that open communication on Twitter or LinkedIn. Sometimes you could try, but you can't get those points across. So that's why I always say, let's communicate, number one, the communication be on there, and then number two, let's level the playing field for everybody.
So what I want to do in 3 years. So I'm going to say a lot of selfish shit. So my goals within the 3 years of Dynamic Focus is to have plushies, to have do-rags, to have bonnets, to have different like merch that like is like for us, a culture. I want a black hygiene partnership. I don't like not sponsorship, but I want to actually work to bring out that hygiene product. I'm also working with a USA manga studio. So it's Kame Studios. So right now you can see that I have my characters being drawn and everything like that. But the end goal is to have the Dynamic Focus comic book where we have the players and everything like that interacting, and you learn some of the backstory and all the conversations that we have as a comic strip, so that, you know, we are kind of like bringing out our personalities so we can actually be shown more to other people. So that's like one of the goals for me, and I'm just saying me alone, because the thing is that like not every esports company is on the same idea level as I am, because I'm just saying that I'm trying not to just get money and run with it, because that's literally what is the problem with esports, is everyone's just taking money, running with it, and then when I come to the table, they're like, oh, you're esports, you're trying to steal money from me. Like, nah, I kind of want to market, like because, and then you're just like, you're also, because you didn't have me on the table in the beginning, and I'm doing all this crap, and now I can't get these opportunities because you let this other guy take your money. Basically. So that's why I'm trying my best to get out there because I'm like, I don't want to steal your money. That's not my goal. My goal is to actually do something to make sure you grow and I grow at the same time. So that's what I want in 3 years. I want to be tier 1. I want to get those $1 million contracts. That's it. Like literally, that's where I'm here to make sure that we exceed, and I will do that for other people if it's for them too. Like I do hype up other teams. I do hype up other people. So that's it.
For me, there's a couple things, so we may be here all day. I'm trying to be rich off content, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna be grown in 3 years, and I'm trying to retire so I can have some kids and have some money to the side. So I feel like in 3 years, I would love to be like a Twitch partner, Twitch ambassador, you know, have streaming, cut a cute check. I would love to start my own business as well. So I'm looking into like a tech accessories business at the moment. So I think that'd be really good. And I really want to write a book. Like that's always been my dream since I was a kid. So I'm in the process of trying to figure that out right now. But in all, I want to have a brand where I can platform other people. I think it's really important. Going back to the conversation we just had about representation, like having a brand where I can uplift other people who, again, didn't see themselves. So, yeah.
I look forward to seeing all of that because all of that is going to happen for each of you, first of all. All right, now's the fun part.
Including the retirement.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Fun part now. So, favorite gaming snack?
Welch's fruit snacks, I think. They're soft. You can't hear it in the mic.
I like Barefoot Pink Moscato. I think that's what I go to when I stream and when I game. I like to be a little buzz. So yeah, that's me.
I pretty much eat anything, but like when I actually go and redo The Sims because I have to have a beer because every time I stream The Sims, every single rare occurrence happens and I'm just screaming on the top of my head like there's never a time then. I never had Sims spontaneously combust until I stream. It's like,
Wait,
what?
Do you play with mods?
Huh?
Do you play with mods?
No, not with mods. And it would just do that. It would just do that.
You know what mine did? They did the laugh till you die.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what the see that happen? I was like, but I see it happen all the time on stream. Like, I will play and it'll be fine. And then all of a sudden, streaming. Y'all gonna die the most dramatic way possible. But that's why I drink beer. I drink a lot of. I drink sorrel mixed with with moonshine and sometimes.
Ooh, hold on. Sorrel and moonshine?
Wait. You know I'm Jamaican, so I'm like, wait
Hold
a minute.
on.
Oye, no sé.
She got like 2 cups to the side.
Oye, no sé. We're not drinking no sorrow with
The
no
delicacies, the delicacies. Okay, what's your favorite game to rage to and your favorite cozy game?
I guess default would be like The Sims. I've been liking Sunhaven. I'll list a couple. Okay, so I like Sunhaven. There's another cozy game that I play a lot of. Fae Farm is new. It's pretty cool. Animal Crossing. Yeah. What was the other one? What? Rage? Call of Duty, Fortnite, any BR, any shooter. Overwatch is a demon. Yeah. If you don't rage at Overwatch, you're not playing it right. Any fighter game. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Yeah. I think I rage at everything, including the cozy games.
Favorite cozy game is definitely Minecraft. I'm always building something, and I'm very happy. And even though like a creeper might come in and blow up my shit, I'm still like happy as hell. My rage game currently, my favorite game to rage to is Street Fighter V. I think that game should not exist, but what you call it, continue on. I'm there. I played Street Fighter 6 and loving it. I do not rage to Street Fighter 6. I understand why I'm losing, but I haven't. I know when you learn when you're losing, you can control the rage. With Street Fighter 5, it was just like, whatever, 50-50, let's go. And I'm like, nah, I don't want to play that. It's not fun. It is rock, paper, scissors. Bad rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors with infinites and like and what you call it, and unblockables. No, we don't want to play that because we don't want to play like rock, paper, scissors with God. No, stop it. But that's pretty much it. Yeah.
This is kind of hard because I'm very picky with my games. I would say the same game that I think is cozy is the same game that I rage to. I think Yemi knows what I'm about to say. Baldur's Gate 3, best game I've ever played in my entire life. I'm a very, I am like interested in like decision-based games more so. And I feel like that game is just endless with anything. So I feel like that's the cozy part. But then if I F up and make the wrong decision and then my people get packed up, then I'm raging. Or the battle is too hard. So like it's the same for me.
Thank you guys so much. Well, for one, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your expertise. I'm gonna open it up if there's any questions, any specific questions y'all wanna ask. Yes, Greg.
Oh God.
My question is, will there be more panels like this throughout the year that more people can hear this in other cities?
Yes. Yes.
If you can accommodate me.
Any other questions? Okay.
He didn't hear the answer, Chibi. I said, if you could accommodate me.
Oh, yeah, no, right. If we could fly everyone out, then we're lit. Yep, question.
So, what's like the esports starter pack? Like, what's the type of shit that y'all should know, or like a layperson would want to know before getting involved in that world?
Start and have your highlights ready. I would also say make sure you do your research and know what you want going into that room to bargain with an esports company. At the end of the day, it's a corporate company. Know what you're worth because they will give you 20%, like what Zizi said, of what you're worth. When you sign with esports, you are basically a marketing tool, especially if you're doing content creation as well. The base of them making their money is marketing, meaning so say they're sponsored by Chipotle and all these other companies, they will use your stream to put their ads on it, et cetera, et cetera. Know your worth and know what you want out of it. So if you want money, make sure you know what that money could, you want to know about your turnover rate, your CPM, and things like that. Do your research. I get it. Let me just start with this. The gaming industry is a passionate industry. We love games. We love, esports. We love everything. We know lore from years ago. We're fans. Don't let that cloud your judgment into getting paid. Okay? So at the end of the day, you're a business. Act like it. Go in the room. Don't take it personal. If it's a no, it's a no for right now. It's not a no forever. And just keep growing. Keep using your platform. But start. Like I said, have your highlights. Do the work. It's a lot of work. They always say, I don't know what part of esports you want to go in, but it's hours. Yeah. It's hours of training or just being on the game. They always say 15 hours minimum.
It's actually to get really good at a game or to be up to a pro player, you have to be spending at least 30 hours a week to practicing and understanding how you're practicing. Now, my first question is, what are you trying to do in esports? You're just curious? Okay. All right. I mean, there's a general, like...
And network.
Network.
Yeah.
So
always want to network.
Always
Anything
network,
gaming. It doesn't even have to be esports, network.
I'm just, talk to lawyers when it comes to contracts. Understand what's your making the guidelines for your content and the esports brand's content, because a lot of people lose everything that they own through esports contacts. Like, you're developing, you're like, I have my own show, I have all this product, I'm doing all this stuff. And then all of a sudden when you break that contract, the esports company goes and says, you can't have that on your YouTube no more. You can't have this, you can't have that, you can have this, you
change
can have
your
that.
name.
You gotta change your name. They take everything, they own all of that, and they will monetize on their shit. So the thing is that it's all up to what you want to do, how you want to do it, how you have to grow. Do you need a degree? Do you need certain things that in place to actually go into it? Are you a player? What game are you good at? What do you have to practice? How you have to lab? How you have to do everything? It's so structured because esports is a buzzword. This is competitive gaming. This is marketing. It's
Very
everything
corporate.
Very, very corporate. People who say esports probably doesn't know what esports really is. And they're just getting money from it. And they're just going to say, oh, I'm in esports. But they actually they have like a little place inside like a shopping mall where people play Roblox. And they'll say that's esports. So there's a lot of nuance to everything about being in esports, I usually use competitive gaming more often, but the only reason why I say esports is just to get myself in the room. And then I start changing my tone to make sure that this person is on the same plane of existence that I am.
Just to piggyback off of that, a lot of esports is marketing. So as much as there's the competitive side, that's why I agree with saying competitive gaming. If you're a player, you're a competitive player. But if you're talking esports, you're talking more of the marketing scene because that's Chen, which is money.
I would
always hear me say Chen.
Exactly,
but,
that's the cheddar.
yeah.
No, I would always also say too, in terms of just getting your foot in the door, for me personally, when it comes to like the Tekken scene or whatever, I just started following everyone. I was just like, the meme where you turn around, it's just like a little kid with their big old eyes, just like looking at you, and you're like, oh snap, where'd you get there? That was me and like everyone's following list. Aziza can tell you, like that's how I like found out about Ziza, found out about Nora Network, and just kind of surround yourself within that kind of community. Esports is good because there's tournaments, so there's like locals you can go to, physically go to, there's online tournaments, and just the more people see you, the more people see that you're passionate about whatever the game is or just the scene in general, you kind of gradually and naturally, which is really important, at least to me, like naturally getting into a different crew or community or whatever. You just learn more, you end up networking, you end up meeting people, and you discover more.
And know what you want to get out of it. As much as we talk about money, a lot of people just want clout or fan base or just want to grow within the scene. That's okay. Don't let anybody tell you that's not okay. If you just want to grow your fan base, or we call it clout, but
it's true. We're all doing something for attention. Like, no one is just doing things.
Yeah.
Like, yes, we love it. You would hope that you love it, but like, you're not gonna post it online if you didn't want everyone. If you wanted people to just be like, oh God, I can't look at that. Like
that's why I say be intentional with whatever you want.
Exactly.
So if your intention is engagement, gain the engagement how you want it, but also just be mindful of. Sometimes if it's enough engagement, if you're getting more engagement than the actual page, you need to add some value to that, which is marketing, money, and speaking into that spectrum. So it's a lot. So
and you'll be surprised how much power you have just like as a fan. Like, I'm not that great at Tekken, but I would consider myself within that scene because like I freaking love the game, and they appreciate that, like you're passionate about the game in general and just helping it, whether it's like you're in the back doing casting or helping the TOs or just kind of surrounding yourself in that world.
Yeah, and we always talk about players, but there's so much to gaming.
Yeah, there's so much background stuff to do.
Cosplayers, ideas, concepts, artists, writing. There's so much
social media managers, community managers.
So
like,
So just keep in mind what you want to do. Because I always...
The possibilities are endless.
Right. I think my default is always content creation, but there's so many different types of content creation, so just keep that in mind. So sometimes, because we all start with hobby...
Right, exactly. Like, we like doing it,
things
so
like that.
Yeah.
So just be mindful when it starts being a hobby, there is some business to it. So if you get approached, don't be like just so happy to be in the space that you forget that business side of it.
Right.
That's the
Still
only thing I
stay
would
true
say.
to yourself and also, know what you want to do.
Yeah.
But we are going to wrap so you guys can enjoy the festivities for the night. I'm going to let them tell you where they can find, or you can find them.
Hey y'all, I am MaterialGirlB on all platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all good stuff there. So you can find me there.
I'm here, Zizidown. That's my regular profile. You can meet me there. But my team profile is Dynamic Focus. You can find it on Zizidown. Please follow it. And I want to build my TikTok more so that we can live stream through it. We have a lot more content that we want to do, and we want to live stream it through TikTok. So follow the TikTok. I promise you, it's actually fun content. My players are kind of nutty. I'm nutty. And
I kind of cheesed TikTok because I already got a TikTok key and everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
So.
I'm Thatsoalykat on everything, but you can also follow the Noir Network. We're also accepting new members. If you're a Black femme in the space and you're looking to do more business, when I say business, we're talking money. We're talking about what you're experiencing in the business. We're very forward with that. Don't be scared to ask. We usually do individual meetings and stuff like that. Yep. We try to gain So I always say we try to gain resources because a lot of times when we're in this space, we're scared to ask for what we want, including equipment, games, all of that. So we try to gain resources for our members and things like that. So you can follow me at Thatsoalykat, or you can go follow the Noir Network on Twitter, the Noir Net on Instagram. We're pretty much everywhere. We also have a website. But yeah, we're getting new members in 2024, and that's going to look different. We're also going to be doing some cool stuff with our current members, and we got some Christmas stuff coming up. And I'm very excited because we always team up with some great people who just are awesome to sit and have a conversation with us. And you can tell by my forwardness that we try to get the business done properly, or else we don't do it at all.
There's office hours and all that. So if you are looking into that, make sure to follow Thatsoalykat. Make sure to check out the Noir Network, NOIR. It's on the cookies. Make sure to follow Dynamic Focus with a K, right? Dynamic Focus with a K if you're into the esports scene, the FGC scene. And make sure to follow MaterialGirlB for the cutest gaming content ever. I love your content so much.
I gotta follow her.
Yes. And okay, so guys, hey, welcome. Hi. Welcome to Girls Game Night 6. Hello, New York. Hello, New York. All right, I know it's Sunday. I know it's been a hard-ass 3 days. I know y'all tired, but we're turning up tonight, all right? It's the cool down. It's the wind down. We have a photo booth right here. Check that out. We have the lovely sounds by Jux.